Hey, thanks for checking in. I'm Bathtub Sir, and I am currently in the tub with I Am the Hero. This was a game released today, as of the 16th of January 2017, and it caught my eye while I was browsing the Steam releases, because I quite liked the pixel vibe it was going for, and it looked like a fairly good beat 'em up. So if we jump in, as you can see I've only spent around 35 minutes with the game, but I reckon I've got a pretty good idea of how it plays and where it's going. I'll probably let you know now, this In the Tub is meant to be a sort of first impressions gameplay show off, maybe a loose critique. It's not meant to be a review, or a rigid review in any way. It's just meant to give you an idea of how the game plays if it's on your radar. So this is I Am the Hero, and as you can see it's pretty stylish in my opinion anyway. The first thing you may notice is how, although it's a 2D left to right beat 'em up at first glance, it almost runs at this oh bloody hell, at this sort of diagonal angle, which gives the impression of like a 3D element to it. Hang on, maybe I should have started off in one of the first levels here, so I can get in there beaten up rather badly here. But yeah, it's a beat 'em up, not a genre I have much experience with. I confess probably the last one I played was Scott Pilgrim vs. the World back in 2010, which you might remember came out on PS4. I don't think it wasn't a tie-in with the movie, but it did come out alongside the movie. Anyway, and when I was very young I remember playing Streets of Rage 2 while I was in hospital. So as you can see, we've got our main character here. In terms of story, there hasn't been much so far, but I don't know if this story is a staple of it. I would say the writing can be a little bit hit and miss. The opening cutscene, at first I thought it was just translated really badly, but I think the developer, a studio by the name of Crazy Ant, went for a sort of like broken English style with the main character's dialogue, because I believe he is Asian, and I don't think English is his first language, and they tried to put that across in his dialogue, and so what we end up with is some rather, I don't know, almost cringy sentences from him. But at the moment we're just following, I don't know, I'd say fair tropes in the genre. We've headed down into the subway after fighting on the street in the rain and stuff like that. So who we got here? Looks like a boss of, I don't know, a pimp, I guess this guy is. So let's get through this, because I have actually tried this before and I died, and I doubt I'm going to be able to do it while I try and talk. But the game consists of punches, oh god, punches and kicks. Okay, this is going to be really hard to try and do. Punches and kicks, and what you want to try and do, the game really enforces sort of juggling, so I might be able to pull this off here. Hang on. As you can see, he bounces side to side. You have a Y attack. I'm playing on the Xbox controller, by the way, if you hadn't figured that out yet. See, so juggling can really whittle your enemies down, even bosses like this guy. So, but the Y attack is like a special heavy attack, and it launches them. You can hold it to charge, and it launches them in the air like so. And a really quite cool feature. There's a lot of this strange sort of full wall breaking with enemies' attacks here. But you bounce from side to side, and it reminds me of oh god, I can't remember the name of that game now. It's it had the character of Candyman in it, and you you knock the ball from side to side. It's gonna maybe come to me later. If not, I'll edit it in. But yeah, you can get real crazy with it. Although this guy's starting to kick my ass now, so better watch out for that. I think we're gonna lose this. We're gonna try it again. Let me try it here. Oh, you can also knock away his words, it seems. So if you hold Y, and you see this cool animation here. Oh, it didn't do much to him. Okay, I'll explain what I've just done in a minute. There we go. So you can knock enemies about the screen left, right and centre in pretty stylish ways. Oh, it seems I've just learnt something here. The Y attack looks like it bounces away his word attacks. So that's something to know, useful to know. You do also have special attacks, which I'm trying to pull off now. There's one, although I did miss. And if you notice the blue bar under my health in the top left, oh god, it took off one of them bars, which can be replenished through hitting your enemies or picking up energy drinks. I think we got a definite loss here. Yeah, there we go. So maybe what I'll do, I hope there's a level. Ah, okay. If you didn't know, which you wouldn't have because I haven't decided to tell you yet, the game is also co-op. But if you're not playing with anyone, you can play the secondary character after your first one dies. You can also tap in and out with the left trigger. God, but this guy sucks. He was our first enemy type. So let me back out. Maybe if we go back to the beginning, I might be able to showcase more of the moves off effectively. Can I just continue though? Looks like I can just continue. Okay, we'll give it another go. So we can kill these guys. The enemy types are quite varied, and I think the design's fairly good, you know. I mean, the pixel style is so overdone these days, as I'm sure you all know. But we've had some cool enemies here. I see that energy drink is going to give me a blue bar there. And from the half hour or so I've played, the enemies have been introduced thick and fast. So the game is actually... I was worried the game was a little bit too easy, because I was just mashing my way through. But it has started to become rather challenging, especially that pimp boss we come up against. I'm going to try, oh god, these guys are really causing some trouble now. So as someone who doesn't play brawlers or beat 'em ups at all, I don't think I'm going to be able to mash my way through it. I'm going to have to learn some of the combos. There is a combo list, which I believe should be pretty standard in these sort of games. And at the end of each level, you can either, so them special moves, like this one here, they're referred to as EX moves. And at the end of each level, you either get the opportunity to unlock a second one of them, or a third, depending on what level you're on, or you can unlock a character. The characters just seem to be enemies you faced, so nothing too amazing. I think I took the first one out of curiosity, but since then I've decided to go for EX moves. God, these guys are really kicking my ass. There is dodge as well. Oh, I need to do that the right way if I'm going to be effective with it. There's a dodge as well, but I haven't really... It feels a little bit unresponsive. Maybe I just haven't got the hang of it yet. See, it's hard to judge. I mean, as someone who doesn't really... not really drawn to this genre of game, it's hard to know what to look out for, but I suppose responsive controls should be a fairly obvious one. Oh, I'm getting absolutely... I'm getting really killed here. Really killed, great sense. Okay, we should be able to work on these guys. It's the words, the pump it ups. That's what's really getting me. I would have rather food from you. Okay, he's nearly dead. So this is the dodge here. Right, I think we've got the boss now. I'm not going to be able to take him on with this, am I? But yeah, character design, the whole aesthetic as a whole has been pretty decent. I like the environments. I like this. Oh god. I like this whole diagonal perspective it's got going on. It's something I've never seen before. We're just going to use all of these special moves that we can. Wonder if we can take them out in time. And that's no good. Come on, get some hits on him. No, we're dead. And this guy absolutely sucks, so we don't want to play as him really. Oh, he's doing a little bit better than I was anticipating though. Yeah, I do regret taking this other character. So, could make really bad viewing, but is there no way to restart the whole level? We're going to give it one more go and hope we get it. As you can see, I'm incredibly new at this thing. So you really want to get them to juggle, and the best way I found to do that is to knock them up in the air with your kick, and then try and go from there. I want to work on this gangster guy. He's the one who spawns the words. Oh god. If I get put into a corner here though, I've got no chance. Okay, there's an energy drink. Oh, and there's some food. Okay, you got to get out of there. It's definitely going to be a case of learning what the buttons are. I do find sometimes that I press the combination and it just doesn't trigger. Of course, that could be me blaming the game, but I'm trying to pull off an X move here, which is just a simple down and then directional, then X. And I've definitely got enough energy, but it's just not popping. I'm playing with a controller and using the analog stick, but I would be inclined to use the directional buttons, but there's no support for them, from what I can tell. You want to eat that pizza as well. So there's a few gripes, but I am enjoying it. I think this type of game can easily fall under getting repetitive rather quickly. So far, I am intrigued to unlock more moves and get... oh, where did that come from? And get further along. Finally, got one. I'm not going to pick any more characters though. If we can take out these guys fairly quickly. Okay, so yeah, I've only got 2 EX moves at the moment as it stands. But I don't know how many there are. Oh god. I really want to try and beat this pimp on camera so we can see a bit more of the game. So it's not very good if I don't, is it? I'm not sure if seasoned veterans of this type of game would find this game particularly hard, but I found the challenge increase to definitely be there, rather fairly as well. Like I said, I had just been trying to coast my way through button mashing, and that's not really the way you want to play this, is it? You want to learn the actual button combinations so you can emit some sense of skill. I think a big draw to this game is meant to be its co-op as well, but I haven't tested that out yet, so I can't unfortunately give you any verdicts on that. But if you played as one of the other guy I was playing with, that sort of FBI agent looking guy, I reckon you'd have a bit of a torrid time, because he's a lot slower than this guy. Oh, them words. I'll pump you up, pimpy. I don't know why he's playing golf with his staff. Or his pimp stick. God, I need to get some hits on him. Okay, still got some energy left. Oh, did that not hit him? Okay, I think he might be invulnerable during this phase. Okay, we gotta get rid of the words, definitely. Ah, here we go. Okay, so you can get some pretty decent combos. It's gonna be a close one. Oh, got me from behind, stupid sentence. Definitely been the hardest boss yet. Everyone else I managed to do first go with a bit of luck. And I don't know where the story is going if you were worried about that aspect. Basically the game started with me turning up at a hospital and these FBI guys that you haven't seen yet, the other playable character, they were running off with a jar of green goo. Oh man, have I let it go right at the end? I need to get him with one of these. Oh no! It's got to come down to the wire. Come on. Oh god. If I can just get couple more attacks in. Is this it? Yes. Okay, we did it. So I think on that note, seeing as I haven't actually talked about the gameplay aspects for a while, I Am the Hero is pretty decent. Oh, I quite like these little effects here, like how all the words are piled up there. The Strange. Oh, that's level 3 clear. Maybe we'll hang on for 2 seconds while I show you the choice you get at the end. So, I think the combat is fairly deep, but I haven't taken the time to learn it yet. So maybe with time that could come. So yeah, like I said, you can unlock a character, which is going to be basically one of the enemies we faced, or learn an EX skill. I'm going to take that. So what we got this time? Aerosmith. In air, down, down, B. So I think it's a pretty good looking game. The combat, while definitely has a big chance of being repetitive, I've found it engaging enough so far to keep me playing. Granted, that's been for what, probably an hour now, so not very long at all. I don't know how long the game is, but oh, that's our new EX skill, pretty good. It's flashy and I like it. When you manage to pull off these awesome like in the air juggle combos, it's cool. I think there is maybe a slight bit of unresponsiveness on some of the button presses. What is this? So as you can see, also there's new enemy types every level. It's quite interesting, keeps it fresh. But I'm definitely interested to see where it goes. I think I'm going to stick it out to the end, wherever that may be. So I guess all I can say is, if you enjoyed this video, haven't taken a look in the tub with I Am the Hero, please feel free to leave a like. I'd appreciate it greatly. If you want to see more videos in the future, more in the tubs with, go ahead and subscribe, I'll bring that to you. And if you've got anything you want to raise at all, sorry, it's very hard to sign off when you're trying to defeat all these drones, but if you've got anything you want to raise at all, maybe some games you could suggest for me to have a look at in the tub, go ahead and leave a comment below and I'll get right back to you. See you.